I think it's a very uncomfortable. There are definitely no good seats on that one. But we're going to go into this first piece of the draft. Game 1 going in. Kindofu, Dolia, first pick. You're cool? You okay with that?
I'm okay. In fact, I would like to leave you on the side of BSC. I'm going to take the camp of Fearless Esports. I think they have reached new potential, new heights as well. And today is a proving ground, right? We all know that, hey, slots are guaranteed now, but they want to have the best foot forward. And I think starting off, BSC Dolia, it is a very flexible pick because now you have so many options to choose from. And Fearless Esports are forced to conform to that potential danger of so many ultimates that might be refreshed.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you went with Fearless Esports because you're going to be wrong and it's going to make me feel so good because I'm going to be right as SHREW Esports take it to them. But still in the draft, Dolia, Lung, Shangguan, I think that Dolia just really helps out. You know, I mean, the Celestial Melody is going to be on point with both of them. You know, the Infinite Vastness as well as the finishing stroke, the nice little wombo combo that they could potentially do. I really like those 3 picks thus far.
Yeah, I like that you're feeling happy about this. I'm feeling happy as well because we are going to go all 3 games for this. And I know you like that and you love that, right? That we want the full set of action from both teams and we want to sit here for 3 games in a row.
Yes. The third game, I mean, this is the one. And to be honest, I feel like these are 2 teams that might even be able to see themselves later on in the playoffs. So this is just a teaser of things to come, I would say. So, you know, again, let's see what cards one of the teams wants to show, especially coming into this draft. I think thus far, they've been somewhat meta, right? There's nothing that's like, you know, crazy as of yet. I think it's super important for game 1 to kind of dictate a tempo, though.
Yeah, okay, so based on this, you know, draft, this roster, the Shangguan refresh with the double finishing stroke, we've already seen the solution to this, which is to huddle up as a team and get people who have very high health pools. So you can take a look at considering the Zhang Fei as your support coming in for the side of Fearless Esports. They already have the Dun there, we already have the Dharma. Dharma meant to be the counter initiation. We want Zihong to come in. We want him to fly, take to the skies, and when you land, we are going to be ready for you because we have soaked up all your damage. And, you know, Xingling, or is it? No, it's KK. KK will have all the time in the world to just put bullets in your body.
Yeah, and that never feels good, getting those bullets in your body. But Fearless Esports, again, you're kind of what you're talking about with the Dharma, the counter initiation. I think that that's great. I think that they have a good number of frontliners. It looks like they're going to be going with the Angela to kind of deal with the Shangguan in the mid lane. Look, I'm not 100% sold on the Angela unless it has a nice little combination with, like, you know, the moats or something to kind of set itself up.
Okay, I like this. I actually was considering the Mankey because he has ability to go in and out with the Dream Roam, and he's pretty tanky with the Dream Bubble as well. Now, bear in mind the fact that pick up this Elaine, it's a pretty scary notion for the side of Fearless Esports. We know this Elaine is a danger, but we also know that Dharma is a danger. We've seen like godlike performances from Miggy yesterday, right? His Elaine was not to be trifled with. He consistently caught out Petroni as well. Life was so difficult. Is it going to be the same case for KK today?
Yeah, we're going to have to find out. But again, SHREW Esports going with the last pick Elaine, really rounding out that draft. I mean, there are ways to bounce on the Diadea as well as the Angela. You have different avenues of text with that Death at Sunset, plus you have the Celestial Melody to get yourself on out of there. I kind of like this combination. I like the draft from SHREW Esports in game 1.
Okay, I like the draft from Fearless Esports as well.
You're just saying that because you want Fearless Esports to win.
No, I don't want them to win. I just want both teams to win a game so we can sit here for 3 games in a row.
Well, okay, game 3 is it's definitely inevitable at this point. I don't think that there's any other doubt. I think that both of these teams are going to slug it out. This is going to be super important. Getting yourself the top spot is an absolute massive advantage because you might be playing, quote-unquote, a weaker second place team from one of the other groups.
Oh yeah, for sure. So at this point, I like the movements, right? So Woodwind helps to secure that first River Sprite, and this is going to give them the EXP advantage. Woodwind going to hit level 2 already. So it's still just behind by a little bit. More importantly, survive and make sure that the jungle isn't going to be made available to the side of Fearless Esports, right?
Yeah, and they're going to do, I mean, they have to do a good job. They have to just kind of thwart them from actually making any sort of movements in. But look at KK and Woodwind already kind of doing a little bit of invading, maybe a little bit of scouting in that sense. But Fable will be in the bottom lane. So it looks like they want to prioritize and try to limit as much farm as possible on JR.
Oh, for sure. You don't want to give JR any form of lead at this point. We've already seen how dangerous this guy can be. It doesn't matter what hero he's using. He's just one of the best farm lanes in this competition.
Yeah, going to be very scary here. I mean, Jay doing some work here. JR.
Quite a few blows being traded here into the bot lane right between these two teams, but nothing is going to come of that. They're just trying to kind of suss out and put the feelers out on who's going to be more aggressive in this farm lane, it seems.
Yeah, it seems like it's like a heavyweight fight, right? You don't just go all in and just start throwing out haymakers, right? You kind of jab each other, you get a feel, you kind of move around each other, kind of get a feel of what the the range is and how you want to play this one. So again, a feeling out process, still very early. It's only 2 minutes in the game.
Yeah. So first 2 minutes, I don't expect too much action coming out from these teams because we know how potent they are when they go on the counter initiation, right? We've already seen games won with one good decision, and for both of these teams, they have that potential as well.
Yeah, and I feel like DAO has done a great job thus far of just securing more farms. Fearless Esports and like making sure that DAO has a great game. Just like look how much time they're trying to just burn it down faster so that DAO can move on with his life, right? So he's taken that out, and Fearless Esports again, I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on DAO to really make those plays.
Yep, this is why this game is so exciting as well, because we haven't seen DAO and Musan King go head-to-head before, and this is our first instance of it.
Yeah, and I do agree with this, and this is why it's so great, right? Just having them in.
Woodwind looking a little bit low. The finishing stroke is going to be an actual finishing stroke. Oh, DAO over the wall with the Arudi blade.
It looks like Ji Hong got finished on that one. He went a little too deep, tried to go all the way at the limits for Woodwind, but he was just barely out. I mean, he had the heal, he had so many different avenues of just keeping himself alive, and he, again, playing the hero to the limit there.
I think he thought he would win, but he didn't. So
I see what you did there. I'll show my. I was gonna show myself out. I was like, no, you need to go.
Yeah.
Ready to do that.
He's the problem.
All right, but the River Sprite being picked up here. Okay, this is gonna be the ultimate duel, right? Through that all, DAO fallen a little bit behind in terms of, higher net worth, but level-wise, he was just a little bit behind. But
oh, big engage here. Musan King gets a kill onto Woodwind. The Death on Sunset following through. It is going to be Jiang getting the kill onto Angela. Fable having a Fable told.
Yeah, Fable and Woodwind both down for the count. Really nice play by BSE. Getting that pick off. And this is where BSE are so strong. They can strike at a moment's notice, hit an amazing dream roam, and just turn the fight.
Yeah, and it's like they have this convergence, right? All 5 heroes suddenly onto you, and that's what's so strong and scary about BSE.
Yeah, very strong here. The Tyrant going to be picked up by Musan King. Didn't even use the smite. The Overlord was, they thought about going for it, but now Fearless Esports actually are going to be a little bit scared, realizing that actually they're a little bit behind, right? So now the Overlord is a little bit open, but BSE are going to take any sort of advantage as they look to push at least into the mid lane, but it looks like they're going to be scurried off.
Yep, so this pushback by Fearless Esports is really important because right now Zero Golem being invaded as well.
Oh, the Wind Slash can connect onto Siang here, and there we go. We see the flash from, well, the dash, sorry, the Unruly Blade. Oh, Shittling with a double crowd control onto BSE, but no, the Flaming Palms come through onto Woodwind as well, just when you thought the damage was going to happen on the side of Fearless. And there we are, Xiong going down as well, but traded for Shittling.
Okay, that was a trade. That was kind of crazy. Woodwind get picked off early, but my God. Oh, Fable!
a monster, man!
This is why you can't give JR any sort of farm, right? I mean, Jinglin came in with an amazing truth, setting it up. They're on the retreat. They think they're going to have it, but Jinglin out of nowhere dives in, gets the nice truth, but they didn't get the pick off, and they turned it around. Woodwind actually gets killed in this one, and they were like, hey, we're going to continue fighting. DAO going in for this one. Jinglin trying to do what he could. Does end up killing Shihong, but he trades his life for that one. And of course, Fable gets picked off with that flaming palm in the end.
Yep, this is exactly why you need to be so stingy with your ultimates, because that fight could have gone so differently if Fable had the blazing brilliance. He did not have it in that fight, and that was what really allowed BSE to turn it around.
Yeah. Unfortunately for him, I mean, Fearless Esports right now, they were down 3 members on this one. It's 5-2 in favor. BSE have turned the game around. There was a slight moment where they were losing, but again, their team fight is just so good. Understanding where their positioning of their own heroes.
Yeah, and this is where the level advantage comes so strong, right? So Musan King already at level 10. It's not against DAO, it's the rest of the members. They are 2 levels behind, means they can't really deal as much damage to this little, monkey squirrel?
Oh, the mobilization comes through onto Jay. It is going to be Dolly going down in the first part of the team fight. Zhang gets hit with that wind slash, and it is going to all come in and collapse onto Siang. Another kill going over to Fearless Esports. They are only one kill behind now, and they need to try and get some more on the board to get that resource in their favor. The T1 may open up here.
Yeah, it's going to be open here. I don't think that BSE can really do anything on that one. They got two good pickoffs. Started with Jay, turned it into Xiang as well, and Fearless Esports, man, they are like a dog chasing a bus. They're going at it. They want to go for BSE, and they're doing so at such a great time. I mean, you talk about Fable having that blazing brilliance. That actually turned into the first pickoff.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, when most of the time when the dog catches a bus, they don't know what to do. I mean, in the rare event that it does. But right now, Fearless Esports, when they get the opening, they never missed.
For sure, for sure. And that's great for them. I mean, like Fearless Esports have done a good job of being able to push across, and this is why they're strong. Hey, look, the kills are 5-4, a bit of a wash. Net worth is a bit of a wash as well. And this is the biggest thing, right? If we're going to look at JR, 5,000, he has almost 1,000 gold net worth lead over KK. This is pretty much where you want to be looking as that mid-game comes around.
Yeah, but he's making bank, right? And this is so scary for Musang King. He already has completed the main 2 core items. That's going to be the Blazing Cape along with the Overlord plate meal as well. So he's going to be a tough nut to crack at this point. And I'm really hoping to see what kind of mindset does Fearless Esports have, because they have one good stun in the form of Fable. They also have it in Dao Dao, but Dao Dao cannot overcommit in this fight because that will allow Musang to entry.
Oh, the Dream Roll does connect onto Dao Dao, but the Azure Golem goes over to as well. They try to steal it. We have the Shang1 into the backline. Now is a death on Sunset. Xiang looking to take out Wood Wind. More like Wood Beyond is now Dia in this team fight.
Yeah, the Chaos Cinder just covering their retreat. They've gotten 1 kill, but BSE decided to say, hey, we've gotten that single kill. It looks like we're going to convert this into a Tyrant. They're going to be able to push this one across. But BSE, great fight. And this is what we expected from these 2 heavyweights. Really good team fights.
Yeah, and you know, maybe it's just a slight difference, but I feel like BSE, they just have a better understanding of the fight against Fearless Esports, right? So even when they got caught out by Xingling on that Dharma, BSE, I think they made the call that, hey, you know what, there's no follow-up damage, you guys can come in as well. And that's where Zhong really went in crazy with the finishing stroke, finished out Woodwind, and that's the end of the heals and the shields coming out from the support of Fearless Esports.
Okay. No, I do see that. And that was that one team fight where he went in, got that 2-man truth, and there wasn't really that follow-up. So do you think it's more of like a coordination thing, or like the call wasn't right? Like, what happened?
I think it's really knowing the cooldown timings of the opponents, right?
Okay.
And they're using it so far ahead to their advantage. So Fearless Esports, you can see some gaps, but maybe they can turn it around.
And, I mean, you're going to still do it on the back of Dao Dao, right? He's going to be up in front, just kind of creating a little bit of a push here, especially with Fable backing up. This is something that they need to kind of respect. They have a lot of damage, but at the same time, you have that meat shield in both the Menki Musang King as well as Dao Dao on this dude.
Yeah, Musang King already showing us why he is known as the most tanky and most scary jungle in this competition thus far, right? He's 1 whole level ahead of Dao Dao, and at this point, Dao Dao just catches up on the level 12. Map control seems more in favor of BSE at this point.
Yeah, but Musang King on the Menki. Menki's so cute. How could you be scared of him?
Well, he's dealing a lot of damage. Look at that.
Yeah, actually, you have to respect a lot. He's all the way up in front, always being a nuisance. Like, always in front, providing that vision. Yeah, he'll just eat some wind slashes. He'll have those for lunch. It's not a big deal for him.
Okay, they're looking for an opening, but it doesn't seem like the case. And Dao Dao, once again, getting punched in the face by JR, who is already hitting like a truck.
Yeah, he's starting to do some damage. Still, this dance in the river. Again, nobody's really committing, but Jiggling on the backside.
Oh, yes. Speaking of committing, though, it is Xingling. He's going to go in with the Fist of Fury, but who's taking the most fury there? It is Xiong on the Shang1 for now. But again, this is a lot of tit for tat, a lot of teasing in this team fight, right?
Yeah, and again, it just keeping your range, understanding your maximum, ability to go in. Nobody wants to really commit for anything. They don't want to go overstep their boundaries. I mean, Jiggling was actually attracting a lot of attention but this opens things up for the Tyrants.
Oh,
Looks like they're gonna
there
go.
we go. The unruly blade clicking onto Musang King, but the dream roll does come through. Is it going to be followed up by anything else here by the side of Fearless Esports? Flaming Palms to connect onto Fable. Here is the Death Hunt Sunset onto Xin Ling, but was that just a bit of a bait to the wind slash? It looked like it, but still, again, trading blows.
That's how impressive Fearless Esports is, right? When you see a double death at Sunset, most of the teams will kind of like move even further back. But Fearless Esports, they understand that, hey, there's not enough damage coming in. We can take this. And with the Tyrants buff, they are confident that they can win this fight against BSE. It feels like BSE understand that, hey, maybe they are right in their feelings that they might win this fight.
Yeah, and again, this is so close. I don't know who has this game. I mean, the teams have played this to perfection, and this is kind of what we expected from two heavyweights, right? Dao Dao's still up in front, just being, you know, providing vision and making it uncomfortable, where BSE doesn't actually go for this Overlord here.
Okay, so the itemization as well, a little bit more defensive coming in from Fearless Esports, right? They take the redemption instead. Zhe wants to provide more vision going with the Radiance for the team. So far, both teams, they are playing around this kind of strategy, right? So everyone gathers around Woodwind, and as for Zhe, he's very aggressive in his movements across the map to make sure he has information.
That means Young has to be very careful here. Xiang has to use the Death on Sunset to a defensive measure right now. That was close, because I mean, if we saw a lane fall there, that would have been definitely going up to the side of Fearless Esports, right? Because Dao Dao right now is soaking up so much damage.
Yeah, and Xiang actually had to use the flash as well just to keep himself alive. I mean, it's fine, but it's something to take note of. His next team fight is about to build.
Oh, he's getting caught out by multiple CC moments here. We see that the Nolia does fall first in this team fight. Fearless Esports, Xin Ling leading the roll. There is a roll from Lady Sun. KK getting the kill onto Xiong as well. That is 2 for 0.
Yep, you can hear the screams from the players there. They definitely found the opening on the side of BSE, which is a rarity, right? We don't see BSE getting opened up like that. You know, it felt worrying for a bit of a moment for Fearless Esports because the T2 on the bot, take a look at it, virtually non-existent at this point.
Yeah, non-existent. I mean, Ji-Hong actually used the finishing stroke, and it looked like KK was just like, okay, just be patient. I understand when he's going to be out of that spell, and then I'm just going to be able to use my rolling rate and just blow him up. And he timed that perfectly. He got the kill, and there's a reason why, hey, JR and KK are some of the best farm laners in Honor of Kings. They're 2-0-2. They're neck and neck in terms of net worth.
Yeah, and one of the things that's really interesting to me is, you know, Fearless Esports, they're actually grouping up as 5 in one bundle, even with KK. And to me, that always seems like a risk. But right now, that's because they're able to, you know, kind of dilute the damage that Zhong is able to give at the same time.
Yeah, it definitely dilutes it. I mean, they have a number of heals. They have another ways to kind of sustain. They have some shields. And now it looks like Fearless Esports putting a little bit of pressure. They've taken the top T2. Now they look to make their way to that mid lane. But Fearless Esports is starting to, you know, push along.
Yeah, they're kicking in the gear, right? Fable now already has the void stuff, so that magic penetration definitely going to hurt. Singling as well gets the Eye of the Phoenix. This is going to help with the recovery as well. And he's going to have damage. Oh, hang on, they might have gotten a caught. Musang King, they will not commit at this point.
Yeah, nobody wants to go for the king. This is not Game of Thrones. Somebody's going to have to do something a little bit sneaky to take him out. But Musang King makes his way to the bottom lane. The Shadow Vanguard is going to be there, so this could be a potential push. Fearless Esports, if anything, they've kind of backed off, maybe looking to focus their attention on this Tyrant here.
Yep, Singling maybe getting the catch up.
Oh, face check with the face of Monkey. What was he thinking? The king has to dream roll out of there. Woodwing is a bit lost, gets the dash onto his teammate. The final stroke comes through for Xiang, but it is a fight on 2 fronts. We do see Xiong go down, KK down. It's a 1-1 trade just yet, but Woodwind looking pretty low. Xiang with a beautiful double kill. JR gets taken down into the back line as well. This is probably one of the messiest but action-packed team fights we've seen in a while.
Yeah, but it's the most damaging one. Fearless Esports, you look at the people they're taking out. They're taking out the main damage dealers. Zhihong is out, JR is out, and they have bypassed the entire front lines of BSE.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really fight into Musang King. You can't really take him out. Musang King was actually chasing down Woodwind to the ends of the earth. He was trying to drag him away, but again, they traded mid lane and the farm lane, both of them going down on both sides. So it was a bit of a wash. Yes, Woodwind did die, but it's a bit of an issue, especially since Fearless Esports had a slight edge.
Okay, so they sneak that steal. Crimson Golem goes in the hands of BSE. So BSE once again pulls punch for punch, goes blow for blow, and they always even things out. But still, a 2,000 gold lead, is that big enough for Fearless Esports?
I don't think it is. I mean, if we're looking at towers alone, I mean, yes, T3s are still alive from BSC, all 3 of them. But the mid T1 is still standing. That's going to be tough for BSC to go in. If they get a single, they win a single big team fight, that could easily change. But right now, Fearless Esports with that advantage.
Okay, Xiang is hiding at the back side on the bottom of the jungle. The way they have been positioning on the side of BSC has been really good, but they haven't found that exact opening just yet. And it feels like Musang King may be diving a little bit too heavy at the start before the fight.
Yeah, but he's doing his job. I think at the end of the day, as long as he doesn't die by being out in front, look at how BSC are just barely outside, able to support Musang King if he gets jumped in. Their positioning is great. They understand that. And Musang King just baiting, some wind slashes here and there, but they're keeping him afar.
Yeah, but now there are 2 lanes where T3s are exposed for both sides, so this is really important. Musang King, he wants to push them away.
Yeah, wants to push them away. But Zinglin and, of course, Xiang, both of these guys, you got to know where they are at the map at all times. Because they can hit your flanks, and they can do some serious damage and control them. So you got to be careful that your flanks don't get, you don't get flanked at the end.
Yeah, BSC, they will do well not to take a fight at this point. Because Fearless Esports, if you take a look at the T3 on the top, it's really low. So Fearless Esports wants to pull BSC away from defending and clearing the way. They want them to fight. Even if they lose the fight, it's fine. As long as someone survives, the T3 will fall.
Yeah, as they do this dance, you got to be careful about where the lanes are. Right now, I mean, the top lane will eventually push a bit, so you got to be careful again. And to your point, Kin, the T3 top is a little bit low, so this is a little disconcerting for them. Fearless Esports looking to just push them away, continue on, maybe take that Overlord. But if anything, they probably want to get a pick off before they start this.
Yeah, Sing is just waiting. He does jump on the Xiang.
Okay, we do get a Death on Sunset coming in to try and start this initiation on a good side for BSC. That is correct. The Flaming Palms connect. Xiang takes down Woodwind. We are waiting for the Jet to fall. He does as well. So currently a 2-1 trade, but it looks like Fearless Esports are taking this fearfully. They are being cautionary in this advance.
Yeah, I talked about how Xiang can be super scary with that Death at Sunset, but having 2, and he was able to land on the immobile Fable and Woodwind, he was able to take them both down. That was absolutely massive by BSC.
Yeah, and this is a big map control. So BSC, they're doing well for themselves. They have the 1-man advantage against Fearless Esports. They might not want to have a fight here, Fearless, but they really do it. If they choose to commit, I think BSC wins this.
Yeah, I mean, with Fable still up, not even up for another 5 or so seconds, they have time, but on the backside...
Okay, the Dream Roll just trying to go through there as well, but it is not going to be enough for the side of BSC. They are hitting the wind slashes as well. That is enough to deter Xiang, but they do get the neutral objective, so coming into the next team fight, it is going to hit a lot harder on the side of BlackShrew.
Okay, BSC to secure that objective, but they have to stop Fearless from getting this because that is going to be a guarantee of the breaking of the base on the T3 on the top.
Yeah, actually, very crazy. I mean, this is BSC. They struggled. I mean, they won, and they got a single pick off, but it took 5 members for them to do that, right? Xiang had to go all in and kind of just push them away, but now it looks like they turned this into a mid T1. BSC right now in the driver's seat, although net worth-wise, they are losing.
They have to do more, right? At this point, because of the Shadow Overlord, this is going to be a very big push coming out from Fearless Esports. And as we say that, 40 seconds more, we are going into the true 50-50, where the Tempest Dragons are going to be the game decider.
I mean, we expected nothing but a Tempest Dragon in Game 1, right? I mean, between these 2 teams.
Yeah, they distorted my reality of time. I felt like we were still in the mid-game.
Yeah, no, because, again, the way that they can fight is just crazy. The team fight is just on another level. They're constantly fighting back and forth. And again, we...
JR!
Oh, JR gets caught out with the phase check. Xinling has absolutely got his number, but that's going to be frightful going into this Tempest Dragon fight.
Yep, they dropped the Overlord on the bot lane as well, and this is going to be an opening. They have to kind of fix this problem now. BSC, they will have to give up this Tempest.
Yeah, I don't think they can fight this. I mean, the Shadow Vanguard, as you said, is pushing in the bottom lane. That's going to create more pressure. Xiang right now dueling with Xinglin, but that was such an amazing pickoff. JR needs to be a little bit more careful.
Oh, Musang King, this is no option for him. He cannot go in.
The Immobilize falling through. We do see the Chaos Cinders do not connect there, but I feel like BlackShrew Esports are between a rock and a hard place, especially that they are going to be getting this Tempest Dragon without any resistance.
Yeah, I mean, they have to just defend the base. They have nothing that they can do. And Tempest Dragon has been picked up by Fearless Esports, and this is absolutely massive as Fearless Esports look to siege the bottom lane here.
Yeah, Singling looking for the truth. Who does he want to lay down on?
Oh, they managed to port Musang King into the back line. The Dream Roll does save Musang King for now. The King has not fallen, so that means BSE are still in this fight. However, the Vanguards are here as well as the Tempest Dragon Vanguards. They have timed this perfectly.
Yeah, this could be the end of the game here. This is a big one. I've never seen double dragons and successful defense for that.
Singling looking to go in, Musang King.
Oh, now he's trying to get that wind slash onto the back line of BSE. It's not going to quite connect just yet. The duel to death used defensively once more. They are trying to play the best offense is a good defense on the side of SHREW Esports.
Yeah, but good defense is a good offense here. That's the game plan. Quite the opposite for Fearless Esports.
Oh, there we go, the dash in! Jingling is going to get any kills picked up for the side of BSE. We do see the Infinite Fastness comes through, Sage Sanctuary onto JR. Ja is pretty low. We see that Musang King is trying to stop this all-fight front on the base. It's going to be Fearless Esports. They take down BSE.
That was huge.
Absolutely.
2 seconds later, BSE would have cleared the entirety of Fearless Esports. They were just in the nick of time before they won the game.
Yeah, and Fearless Esports, really smart play. I don't think that they want to win that team fight, but being able to take down the base is all you need to do. And at the end of the day, stick to objectives. Fearless Esports very strong with that one.
Okay, history in the making. This is the first time I've seen this. Shadow Vanguard, Shadow Overlord. Okay, that's not enough. We will have the Tempest Dragon with the disruptions coming down. And even a team like BSE, they can't deal with it.
Yeah,